That seems to be looking good so far. And welcome to Western New York. Today we're going to do a little bit of helping out with my mom's flower bed on this side. Couple of things I'm going to do. One, I'm going to prune her one rose. The one in the back, the tall one, is doing fine. The one in the front, it's got some dead stuff. You know, damage from the winter. You know, that sort of thing. Now it is about that time of the year when you normally shouldn't prune these, okay? You know, it's getting there. I mean, there's growth, as you can see on this one, and there is growth. At one moment, nothing. But at the moment there is. It's not time to do some. It's when you want to look for your winter kill. You always want to look for that. And I think I see some. So, I'm going to take care of that. I mean, parts of it ain't green. Yeah. I mean, if you see sign that it is growing, think twice about cutting. You know, if you don't think that cutting it is needed, don't cut it. But on the other hand, if you think it's needed, do so. And your plants will thank you for this. In many ways, pruning your plants is akin to giving them a haircut. I mean, it does not hurt them, and in fact, it actually helps them out. Granted, my mom might complain a little bit, because, one, she ain't here to watch me prune her rose, you know. My mom's always that way. Saying things like, Andrew, please don't cut my rose so short. But, you know. You know, checking these branches for growth. You know, I mean, if there's no obvious growth, they're fair game. But, of course, some of them I am going to leave, like this one, because there's obvious growth on them at certain levels. And, yes, it's going to look ugly. I am going to let you know. You know, you're removing dead stuff. But once you remove the dead stuff, you will be surprised just how your plants will respond. Just how improved it'll rebound. And it will come back. About the only one left, really. Well, I don't see any signs of growth on this one. So. And there's a couple other spots I could probably cut down a little bit further. But you get the general idea. I mean, you cut them down. You cut down to the new growth. You know, right before the buds. You know. Try to pick up the pieces. Ladybug is shouting. And basically, once you remove all the dead stuff, this can apply to your a number of bushes. I mean, you remove the dead stuff, and your plants will grow back. I'm not going to bother with this one at the moment. There might be a couple of branches that we'll be trimming on it later on. And, okay. I got my, well actually, I got one more. And I just removed everything that's dead that I can see is dead. You do that with all your plants. I mean, you remove the dead stuff. You always remove the dead stuff. Otherwise, it just doesn't look good. I don't see anything dead on this one, so I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna bother doing any trimming on it. But there are some parts of it I am probably gonna, you know, there's a couple of them that I might have to cut out because I'm going to put in a grapevine over there, a few more, but give me a moment so that way I can toss this out, and in the meantime you can listen to some birds. Yeah? I mean, that's probably why when it comes out, you listen to the sounds of nature. You're not distracted by the computer or the TV or anything like that. And there's some beautiful birds. Now it looks like my camera's tipped over a little bit. But if nothing else, you got good sound. Well, I guess I won't be able to. It's gonna be a little difficult. I mean, it's not like you got a flat surface to put my camera on, you know. Let's see here. Let's see here. There's some weeds I might want to see about getting. You know. Dandelion. Well, I grabbed some of it. And then there's some thistle back here. And I know very well Mama is not growing thistle. This one won't take too much longer. I mean, it's just green grass. You know, just chuck that into the farmer's field. Yeah. Probably should have a washcloth or something like that, you know. Oh well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mulch on. I mean, I already got a little bit of mulch around some of the plants. I was using up a bag. You know, you might have seen me in my previous rose mulching video. Now, yeah, well, you know, we got a little worms and whatnot. You know, now I'm just gonna. Now I'm just gonna see about spreading the mulch around. I'll rip a hole in the bag a little bit. I got red here. So need be, I got a few more. I'm always prefer red. It just become more or less a little bit open. You know. Sprinkle it around. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Not going to be perfect. So one thing is the rose here, and I'm going to need to get this washed. Now, the purpose of mulch is, in part, to provide a place for moisture to hide. I mean, I suppose I could. I mean, there's a lot, and eventually this stuff will break down into organic material for the plant to feed on, you know. I'm not saying that this stuff is perfect, you know. I mean there's there's probably mulches out there that are better than this, you know. And half-finished compost would probably be the best, at least among it, anyways. Now, I haven't sprinkled a whole lot. I mean, there's still about half a bag left of this. You know, I mean, granted, I got some rocks that would probably need to be moved, you know, and simply spread it out, you know, smooth it out, you know. Try not to cover any of your plants, you know, or places that you suspect you have plants in that you want to have. And that's pretty much how you do it. I mean, just a little bit of mulch, a little bit of pruning, a little bit of mulch. I mean, there's I might end up adding on some more, but you know, this is enough for now. You know, I mean, it gets you started. Whew. Listen to them birds. This is why you come out. You come out to listen to the birds. Had a bunch of... I'm going to need a better tripod at some point in the future. You know? A bunch of boxes don't always help. But that's what I got, so it's what I'm using. As you can see, I have applied mulch most all over. I mean, there was a previous layer of mulch from last year. So, I mean, I didn't really need to go on real thick. I mean, you know, this is just a little bit of a top dressing, you know. And, well, I guess we'll see what happens to it in the future. because, like I mentioned, I plan on putting in some grapes. Well, hopefully I'll be able to locate and purchase the grape vines I'm interested in. And well, whew, talk about what a little bit of shade does. Well, that rose, I mean, these tulips are coming along nicely. You know, we got some good pinks. I think we got a red. Well, this is Western New York. Subscribe if you like this. And all that good stuff. And, man, look at my raspberries. And let's take another look at my grapes. You know, they're coming along nicely, you know, good, the buds are swelling nicely, all that. Now let's see what happens about these little sections. But, well, you know, we'll see what, like I said, we'll see what happens. You know, as things go, as time passes. We watch as nature takes its course and gives us leaves and eventually flowers, which will eventually turn into berries. Well, I think that's it for now. Well, see you around, I guess. This is Western New York. Goodbye.